what is up, you guys? Steve here. Welcome back to another video. In today's adventure, I'm out here at a local lake with my dad. We're gonna be trolling for some rainbow trout. If you guys remember my last video you watched, where I came out here and tried to catch a walleye on a fly rod, which by the way was an awesome adventure, and I'll leave the video here somewhere if you guys would like to watch it. I did a little bit of trolling at the very end, and I caught some very large rainbows out here. I caught one that I got pretty much to the boat, and then he ripped me off, and I did land one. So I wanted to come back out and try this here today. So our setup for today is we're just using a really cheap rod. I don't even know what this is. This is like a really cheap ugly stick. I think I got at Walmart or something, or my dad bought it. We just have really cheap reels. We do not have reel counters to know how much line we're letting out. So honestly, guys, we're using our best guess today. So we're basically clipping weights on there because we don't have a downrigger yet. We're letting that weight sink. I'll overlay it so you guys know what I'm talking about. It's basically a little clip that I use a little weight on. And then we're just letting out about 100 feet or so of line. And we have 3 rods we're gonna run. We can technically run 2 each on this lake, but it's just kind of a mess with 4. We're just gonna stick with 3 for now. We're just kind of playing with different depths and see if we get any takers. It's kind of the plan. Now the beautiful part about this lake is there's a lot of species in here. So if we don't do well fishing for trout, which we're going to troll for maybe an hour or 2 this morning, we'll just switch to something else. As the weather warms up a little bit, we can go after some smallmouth bass. There's always walleye in here. There's just other species. So we'll see. We'll probably give this a solid 2 hours. If we have no luck, we'll switch to something else. Well, you guys, I got to apologize to all of you. We didn't get this fish in camera, but Dad just actually caught a walleye. So we didn't even know we had a fish on. We've been trolling for about 30 minutes now. We decided to check every pole just to make sure we got weeds on there, make sure our bait's still good. Dad pulls his out and we got a walleye on there. I think one of the problems is these rods are so cheap and they're kind of fast action rods, so they're so not sensitive. We're actually having issues telling when we have a bite. So we didn't even know we had a fish on there. We thought we saw a tweak just a little bit earlier and we must have been this little guy, but he's been on there for probably 10-15 minutes now. He's on the smaller side. It's a legal fish. We probably would have still put him back just because he's smaller, but you guys can see we caught him really deep. His eyes are all bulging out and he's pretty much dead already, so we're going to keep him just to not put this fish to waste. You gotta be kidding me. Huh. You gotta be kidding me. No. Right, guys, rod number 2 we just checked. I've literally been trolling a walleye for I have no idea how long, but this guy's very tiny and he's still very much alive, so we're going to go ahead and throw this one back. It's kind of a problem, honestly, when you're trying to catch trout and these rods are just not sensitive enough. We don't know we're getting hit. This little guy is still spunky, so I'm gonna throw him back. All right, let's get the rod back in the water. All right, guys, I'm gonna check this last bowl too, because for all I know there's probably walleye sitting on here as well. We just have no idea. Well, this one doesn't have one like every other pole we used today. You guys can see these weights just unclip when I pull the rod back out. All right, guys, Pops is saying he's got enough of my rainbow trout trolling because we're not catching nothing. And it's been about a couple hours now of trolling. So he said he's switching to walleye. We're just going to be closer to shore, somewhere we can kind of try to target both. And he's going to switch to a bottom bouncer and try to get on the bottom and see if he can catch a walleye, because he's more excited about that now. You guys can see right over here, we're marking a couple fish. We're going over them right now. Let's see if we get hit. It's been pretty much like clockwork. We'll go over basically a school of fish. The next 30 seconds or so we'll get hit. Basically, lines are obviously behind the boat. When I mark them, I'm directly over them. Then as our bait crosses over, pretty much every school we cross, we'll get hit. Nice. Yes. Hey, Sean. Good job, Dad. Nice walleye, very nice. Yes, walleye in the boat. Like I just said, you guys, we crossed that school of fish, and about 20 seconds later, my dad got hit. Actually, a pretty nice walleye. Marking fish, you guys. Let's see what happens. Fish on. Let's go. Right on the mark. Very nice. Alright guys, just a little smallmouth. Let's put this guy right back. Fish on dead? Maybe. That's got weeds. It is time, you guys, to put on some sunscreen. It is gonna be a hot one today. And skin cancer is a real thing, so. And I don't like to get burnt. And as a medical professional, I must remind you guys to make sure you put sunscreen on your ears, because that's one of the most common spots. We'll find it. Well, alright you guys, we didn't really like this spot. Not really being productive this morning. We had practically no luck fishing for trout. Very poor luck fishing for walleye. Dead landed one nice one, but you guys, it is now almost 10:30. We got here at 6 a.m. We're not quite liking the numbers of fish we're pouring out, so we're gonna relocate, try luck somewhere else, see what happens. Let's go. Oh, look, bird. Huh. Well, here you guys go again. We're just trolling along. Had absolutely no idea how to fish on with this rod. He just never even moved, and then I pulled it out and I have a walleye on there. Like a little tiny guy again. I think I need new gear. Yeah. Fish on. I think I'm getting hit, you guys. I definitely had a little tap there. This is what I'll chew it on my wall. Yep, my worm was gone. Had a bite. Well, you guys, definitely a tougher bite today. We pretty much had no luck. We tried trolling for trout a little bit more. We've just been relocating from spot to spot, trying to mark fish, just trying out different waters, trying to fish points. Right now we're kind of trolling off an island that creates a point and some different depth changes. All I've had in the last 3 hours or so was probably one walleye hit. My worm was gone, but I didn't get anything. So we trolled a little bit for trout, had 0 bites. Now we're back to trolling for walleye, switching spots, switching lures, messing with the lure length, just trying to figure out what might work. So far nothing, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Alright guys, after exploring for about 3 hours and finding practically no fish anywhere, we decided to come back to the very same spot. We caught a couple walleye this morning, where we thought the bite was slow. We might have actually had a good thing going this morning. We probably should have just stuck with it, but you know, you live and you learn. Anyways, we're back here. We're going to try trolling here for another probably 30 minutes to an hour. If we make anything happen, we might fish longer. If not, probably be it. Oh, fish on, you guys. Fish on. At the very end of the day. Fish on. Let's go. It's good. All right, you guys, check it out. Like I like to say, better late than never. So you guys, it is currently 2 o'clock. It's 2:11 to be exact with you guys. I actually just texted my wife and said we haven't caught a fish in the last 4 hours. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up and I'll be home for dinner. But me and my dad just marking a bunch of fish and we just got a bite. So maybe we'll just fish for another 20 minutes. Oh, getting a bite, getting a bite. Fish on, you guys, let's go. Fish on. We got one. Oh, came right off, right by the boat. Shoots. So you guys can see right over here, we're passing basically a little school. So you guys can see right over here. So typically when I see that, obviously right side of the screen is directly right under the boat. You see them moving away, they're moving away from the boat. We're running our gear a little bit behind the boat, right? Because we're trolling bottom bouncers. And then as we get through the school, typically we'll get hit. Marking fish, you guys. Big school of fish. Let's see if we get any takers. Fish on. Let's go. Like clockwork. Oh, just a baby walleye. Just a little baby. I'm gonna throw this guy back. Now what I have right over here, you guys, is called the bottom walker. You guys can see this little weight here. It basically makes a 90-degree turn. This part pretty much walks on the bottom. I'm using 2.5 ounces. You generally want to use about a half an ounce or an ounce for about every 10 feet of water you're fishing. I'm running to a leader, and I'm running one of these little lures. I'm using the silver and orange with a worm on it. And we're just trolling that on the bottom. We're basically letting it drop. Let me show you guys how I actually do this. As you guys can see, I got my lure in the water now, so all I'm doing is I'm actually dropping it, and I'm just letting it hit the bottom pretty much. Right there, if you just hit the bottom, I usually give it a crank or so just to bring it up, put it in the rod holder, and then you wait. Now today we had to play around with a lot of variables. The bite was tough. Like I said, they wanted a certain lure. This is like a 6-10 I put on. They wanted a certain speed. They wanted a certain leader length. And what finally did it for us was adjusting the speed. This 1.1, it seems to be the only speed for some reason is they're hitting it at. I have no idea, but just playing around with the variables. Now I'm not sure how well you guys can see my screen right here, my controller, but I'm trolling at 1.1 miles an hour right now. And that's about the speed that we found to be a sweet spot today. As you guys can tell, we just marked another school. See if we get a hit. Fish on, you guys. Just like last time. Passed a little school, then immediately hooked up a pretty nice walleye. Let's get him in here. Whoa, oh, let's go. All right, here you guys go. Another beautiful walleye. You got a fish, Dad? I don't know. I think Dad just hooked up too, you guys. Same school. Well, as I like to say, you guys, all good things do have to come to an end. So does this adventure. Today did not go as how we planned whatsoever, but this is the way fishing goes sometimes. We made the best of it. Today was challenging, made us work, made us think outside the box, and we even put some fish in the boat. What else can you ask for? Most importantly, guys, I got to spend another beautiful day out here with my dad, playing around in a new boat, hanging out, fishing, and we're going to enjoy those delicious walleye that we caught. All right, guys, until next time, one thing I'm going to let you guys go with is I really need to upgrade my gear. These cheap-ass fishing poles I got are doing the job, but I truly need something better for this kind of fishing, I think. All right, as always, if you guys would be kind enough, please consider liking, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video with your friend. It really helps my YouTube channel. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Goodbye.